Hi friends, welcome to my channel Agri Achievers, a smart way to success. In agronomy, we are going to see now water management. What is water management and its types and everything comes from this part of videos. So going into the water management topic. Okay friends, irrigation. What is irrigation? Application of water to soil for the purpose of supplying the moisture essential for normal plant growth and development. For the plant growth and development, we have to give some essential water, that is called irrigation. What are the objectives of irrigation? Why we give irrigation to a plants? To increase crop production on suitable basis where water is a limitation, to increase national income or national cash flow, to increase labor employment, and to increase standard of life. And another objective is modification of soil and climate environment, for leaching of salts, for reclamation of sodic soils, and for frost protection, and to mitigate, that is lessen the risk of catastrophes caused by drought, to overcome food shortages, to protect high value crops or trees, to increase population of arid and sparsely populated areas, for national defense, for population redistribution, national security, that is self-sufficiency in food grain production. Our nation has to get self-sufficiency, that means own capability of producing the food grains of which is needed for the country population. And surface water resources. What is surface water resources? India is blessed with an average rainfall of about 1194 mm. The water which comes from the rainfall is called surface water resources, and India is having 1194 mm of rainfall per annum. Per year, India is getting an average of 1194 mm of rainfall. Groundwater resources. Of the annual precipitation of 400 million hectare meters, about 215 million hectare meters has been estimated to soak into the ground. On an average, in our country, 400 million hectare meters of the water is falling on the ground, and on that 400 million hectare meters of water is percolated in the soil, that means soaking by the soil or the ground up to 215 million hectare meters, that means more than 50% of water is going into the soil. This is the important major irrigation projects in India. Here name of the project, river, and beneficiary state, that means on that project which state is benefited with this project is the general question. Friends, you have to go through these projects and the state. It asks in as a general awareness also, and in the irrigation topic of our agriculture also. So please go through this tabular form. And here command area development and water management. Centrally sponsored scheme means nothing but, that means central government sponsors some amount and remaining amount must be funded by the state government, and this command area development program is centrally sponsored, that means central sponsoring scheme, and was started in the year 1974 and 75. The program envisaged an integrated and coordinated approach to the development and management of command areas by constituting a multidisciplinary team under the overall control of the command area development authorities. The program was restructured and renamed as Command Area Development and Water Management CADWM program from 1st April 2004. Here the important point is full form of CADWM, that is Command Area Development and Water Management Program. And when was CADWM was started? That is 1st April 2004. It is renamed, from which it is renamed Command Area Development Program was renamed as CADWM. What is this objective? To bridge the gap between the irrigation potential created and that utilized through increase in irrigated areas, and thereon to increase efficient utilization of irrigation water and improve the agriculture productivity in the irrigation commands. This is the objective of CADWM. Soil physical properties influencing soil water relations. What are the physical properties of the soil which influences the soil water? That is the relation between soil water and soil physical properties. The soil is heterogeneous. Here is the important point: heterogeneous, polyphasic, that is solid, liquid and gaseous, particulate, disperse and porous system. Here the image you have seen, in this image we are showing that soil air is up to 25% of 100% of soil, and mineral matter is 45%, and organic matter is 5%, and soil water is 25%, and 50% of the soil is constituted of soil air and soil water only, and 50% of the soil is constituted of mineral matter and organic matter, right friends. And here see, this is soil air. In this diagram they show air, and these are the soil particles, and this is the water, and these are the roots of the crop or plant, whatever it may be. This is the structure which are there in the soil. Soil properties influencing soil water relations. Soil depth. Soil depth is a property of the soil. How the soil depth influence the soil water? That means soil depth refers to the thickness of soil cover over hard rock or hard substratum below which roots cannot penetrate. Beyond the soil depth, roots cannot be penetrate. The soil depth is directly related to the development of root system, water storage capacity, nutrient supply and feasibility for land leveling and land shaping. Here the soil depth classification, see friends, less than 7.5 it is very shallow, 7.5 to 22.5 soil depth it is shallow, 22.5 to 45 centimeters it is moderately deep, 45 to 90 centimeters it is deep, more than 90 centimeters it is very deep. This is the soil depth classification. You have to remember this classification. And here soil texture. What is soil texture? Soil texture is the most important and fundamental property of the soil that is mostly intimately related to the soil water relationship. It refers to the relative proportion of soil of mineral particles of various sizes in a given soil, that is the proportion of coarse, medium and fine particles which are termed sand, silt and respectively. Here see friends, sandy soils which is textured is coarse textures, and basic soil structural class is sandy and loamy, and sandy and loamy soils are coarse, and sandy, loamy and fine sandy loam are moderately coarse. Medium loamy soils, very fine sandy loam, silt loam and silt. Moderately fine loamy soils, their basic soil textural class is sandy clay loam, silty clay loam and clay loam. And clayey soils which texture is fine, that is very fine texture they have, and sandy clay, silty clay and clay are the textural classes. And the soil texture is closely related to water holding capacity of the soil, quantity of water to be given at each irrigation, that is irrigation water depth, irrigation interval and number of irrigations, permeability, that is ability of the soil to transmit water and air, infiltration rate. If soil texture is very good, then this what I have said, water holding capacity, filtration rate, permeability, these all are good for that soil. Soil structure. The structure of a soil refers to the arrangement of soil particles and the adhesion of smaller particles to form large ones or aggregates. On the surface, soil structure is associated with the tilth of the soil. See friends, it is a single particle which is called as soil particle here in the picture, and the combination of these single particles along with organic matter, it is called soil aggregates, and the combination of these soil aggregates is called as soil structure. Here the question comes, combination of soil aggregates is called as dash, it is called as soil structure, and combination of soil particles is called as soil aggregate. The soil structure influences primarily permeability for air and water, total porosity and in turn water storage capacity in a given volume of soil, root penetration and proliferation. Density of soil solids. Here the important two types of densities are there. Those are particle density and bulk density. We are familiar with these words. So let's see about particle density. It is the ratio of given mass or weight of soil solids to the of its volume. What is particle density? Soil solids divided by volume of soil solids. It is usually expressed in terms of gram per centimeter cube. Particle density of normal soils measures 2.6 grams per centimeter cube. It is the particle density of normal soil. Knowledge of particle density is necessary for determination of total capillary and non-capillary porosity. Porosity means space between the soil particles, right? Pores, we know pores. There are two types of pores, macropores and micropores. Micropores means small pores and macropores means large air gaps. In those air gaps, water may be filled. Bulk density. It refers to be the ratio of a given mass of an oven dried soil. Knowledge of bulk density is of particular importance in the determination of depth of water for a given depth of soil and total capillary and non-capillary porosity. The permeability of the soil for water, air and penetration of plant roots is also influenced by bulk density. It is the important point. The bulk density influences what? Permeability of soil for water, air and penetration of plant roots. That means every plant activity within the soil is influenced by the bulk density. Here soil texture and bulk density tabular form is given. In this, the average bulk density is half of the particle density, that is 2.66 is the particle density, and bulk density is 1.33 grams per centimeter cube. If you have to remember this or not, it is your choice, but this is the tabular form. And pore space. Soil total porosity is an index of pore volume in the soil. It is a space in a given volume of soil that is occupied by air and water or not occupied by the soil solids. Total porosity value generally lies in the range of 30 to 60% for airable soils. The total porosity is calculated as follows. Total porosity is total porosity which is in the percentage, that is equal to 1 minus bulk density by particle density whole 100. Knowledge of porosity in a given volume of soil is very important with respect to irrigation water management because it is an index of moisture storage capacity and aeration conditions, the two most important factors that influence the plant growth and development. The question comes here: pore space, total porosity, values for bulk density and particle density, and asked to calculate the porosity, total porosity. Then you have to apply this formula and you have to calculate this. First is bulk density and by particle density. Remember that. Thank you friends. Thank you for watching this video. If you like my video, please click on like button